Hello, I'm Father Chet Artysiewicz of the Glenmary missionaries. I appreciate this opportunity to share a word with you about our missionary ministry. You know, missionaries for the most part do the same things. I mean, we try to nurture the faith of the Catholic community that is entrusted to us. We try to reach out to those who have no church family to support them or challenge them. We also try to work on breaking down the barriers that separate us. Remember, Jesus prayed at the Last Supper, Father, that they all be one. The divisions in Christianity can be a stumbling block for those who want to be part of a faith community. And of course, missionaries also strive to help the poor. It might be through direct service or through programs to break that cycle of poverty. Glenmary, like all missionary orders, is involved in every one of those ministries. Now, Glenmary works in a part of the God's vineyard that is very large. You know, if you took some of the countries of Europe like Italy, France, Germany, Spain, Poland, you would still have room left over from that square mileage to find the area where Glenmary works. It's a great area, it has many resources, but the church is not present. The Catholic Church is unavailable to so many in this one country, and the only country where Glenmary works. I suppose I should tell you the name of that country. You might have heard of it. It's called the United States of America, or more precisely, the mission regions of the United States of America. For you see, there are great, vast areas in the United States where the Catholic Church is just not present. Back in the 1930s, there was a priest in rural Maryland by the name of William Howard Bishop. He knew that the church wasn't strong in all parts of the country, so in order to demonstrate that, he got a map of the United States with all the counties listed within it, over 3,000 of them. Now, for every county that didn't have a resident priest, he would darken it. Father William Howard Bishop found over 1,000 counties, about 1/3 of the counties of the U.S. had no Catholic presence. For him, this became his battle cry, No Priest Land USA, what we would call today Mission Land USA. And the region that's underserved is very much today what it was then, the Appalachian mountainous regions, down into the south and across the Bible Belt. This is Glenmary's ministry. We are a group of priests, brothers, sisters, and trained lay workers who go to these regions to try to make the church available, bringing those ministries that all missionaries do. Our first gathering might be with some Catholics who are having to travel long distances to get to Mass. I remember one lady in Georgia, it took her 5 hours to go to Sunday Mass because there was only one train that came through her town. She would take that, go to Mass, and take that same train back. It was an ordeal of 5 hours. Now, can you imagine her joy to learn that there was going to be a Catholic church just a few miles away? Can you imagine our joy to find somebody that dedicated to start your church with? She played the organ for 40 years at that parish. They always start small, just like you did in your own parish. But hopefully the gathering of people grows and they're able to take on their own territory, perhaps their own building in a strip mall. Sometimes we enjoy the hospitality and the fraternity of a Protestant church that offers us the use of their facilities for services. Now, there's another parish we had down in Tennessee. Imagine this. The building that they had was a basement for an unfinished house. That was what they had to use for their worship space and their office space and their education space. For 37 years, they lived and worked there in a building without any windows. It was like a bomb shelter. After 37 years, they dedicated their own building down in Lafayette, Tennessee. You can imagine their joy off the charts to have their own church with windows. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Glenmary, two things to remember about us. We're home missioners. Our total work and ministry is in the United States of America. That's the first thing. The second thing to remember about us is that we don't stay. Once that parish is built up and can stand on its own, it's self-sufficient, we return it to the care of the diocese and move on to the next mission. To date, we've returned 120 parishes, of which 108 are still flourishing. Some of them quite well. The second largest parish in the Tyler, Texas diocese was once a little Glenmary mission. Mount Pleasant, Texas has changed quite a bit. Today, I'd like to invite you to share in our missionary ministry. We certainly are hopeful that you'll be praying for us, not only for the ministers, but for the congregations. Remember, the Catholic people there represent less than 1% of the population, so being a minority is never easy. So please, your prayers for the ministers and the people there. Perhaps you know somebody that might find the missionary work very appealing. Don't forget to mention to them that Glenmary may have some opportunities for them to serve as well. Of course, missions don't run on air. They have bills just like you do. So if you're able to support us financially, we certainly appreciate that too. There'll be a website listed, or glenmary.org. You'll be able to contact us through that to find a mailing address or an online donation. But let me leave you with this thought. I appreciate this opportunity to share our ministry with you. The fact that you're listening to this tells me that your faith means something to you. And I've always felt that if this is a faith worth having, it's a faith worth sharing, especially with our brothers and sisters in Mission Land, USA. Thank you. God bless you.